Welcome back. Now what we need to do is that we need to delete a movie from the database. So remember, we already have here an endpoint, and this endpoint deletes a movie from an array. However, now we need to delete that movie from the database. So the difference here is that now we are using a true API which connects to the database, and now we can delete a movie from the database. So the first step here is that we need to use SQL. Here I'm going to say SQL, and then it's going to be equal to, and then the SQL command. So the SQL command that deletes something from the database, in our case it's a movie, is delete, and then what we want to delete is that we want to delete from movies, where, and then ID. We need to specify the movie ID. I'm going to say ID is equal to %s. So we need to append, I'm going to say val, we need to append the movie ID. I'm going to say val is equal to, and then tuple, and then the movie ID. So we need the movie ID, and then comma. Don't forget the comma. And finally, we need to execute this. So we need to say my cursor dot execute, and what we want to execute is that we want to execute the SQL with the value. And we no longer need this pop. I'm going to remove this pop function. And we need to return here a message that says movie has been deleted successfully. Let's now test. Let me here click on File and then Save All. However, if you say this, it's not going to work. Why? Because as I told you, whenever you are altering or deleting or updating or creating something, you have to call the commit function. So here we need to say my database.commit. So this, without this, it's not gonna work. So this is super important. This function is important. Now let's save one more time. And let's test. Now let me head on over to the browser and let me refresh. And let's delete a movie. So as you can see in the database, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 movies. Let's delete the latest movie, the last movie, which is Rio, and it has an ID of 101. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna here click on try it out, and then I'm gonna pass the movie ID, which is 101, and then I'm gonna click on execute. And as you can see, I'm gonna get a message that says movie has been deleted successfully. So now you have two ways to verify that the movie has been deleted. Either you can go to the database and refresh the database, and you will find that now we don't have the last movie anymore. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 rather than 5 movies. Also, you can get all of the movies and check that. You can here say movies and then click on try it out and then execute, and you will find that the last movie doesn't exist. Also, you can use the get movie by ID, and you can pass the movie ID. So if I say 101, which is the ID of the movie that has been deleted, and if I click on execute, now you are gonna get an error here, internal server error, because the movie doesn't exist. So this is how you can delete a resource, in our case a movie, from the database using the delete method of this endpoint.